Okay, so after about 3 days of having issues with getting full gas working for me with version 4, I finally got it working today. So after this ride, I'll continue this video with the settings that I changed and the things that I've done to make it work for me with the Apple TV and Cyclops H2 trainer. Okay, nearly 40 minutes in and it's working flawlessly. So I think I've found the secret to making this work on my setup. I've had issues with full gas since upgrading to version 4. I think it was Sunday. And today, I think I finally got it figured out so that my rides are going like they should. And it's just been trial and error and reading some tips in the Facebook group. So I'll show you what worked for me, and it may or may not work for you, but at least it'll give you something to look at if you're having trouble. My main problem on Sunday, I think the first time that I tried, I'm using an Apple TV and I have a Cyclops H2 trainer. My main problem Sunday was that when I launched the app and tried to ride, then it would just shut down and go back to the screen that you're looking at here showing the app. And then I finally got past that by just deleting the app and adding it back. So it seemed like something just went wrong when it upgraded from the earlier version to version 4. But that seems to have cleared that. I haven't had that problem anymore. Other problems I've had though is it not recognizing my heart rate monitor and the power being off. When I ride, it was almost like it's in ERG mode. Everything is sort of the same resistance and not very much resistance. So what I've learned that seems to be issues with mine, what I have to do is when I go to ride, each time that I ride, instead of just launching the app like this and going in and clicking get started and doing that, I'll just show you here for a second. When I do this, notice on the screen there that the cadence is showing at 83 RPM and I'm not moving. You know, my trainer is on, but I'm not even sitting on the bike. And my heart rate is showing at 120, but my ticker isn't even turned on. So it seems like to me that what's happening with mine is that when I do a ride and finish the ride and close out the app, then it just seems like it always remembers the previous data. I mean, I could even go in, for example, here and click on refresh down at the bottom left, and it still will come back and show the data there. So it's what this may be sort of a little confusing, but what seems to work for me is that I always, before I ever launch full gas for another workout, is I go and I do just sort of I think they call it a hard shutdown or a hard close of the app. And to be quite honest, I didn't even know that you could do this on Apple TV until I read someone commenting about it in the Facebook group. But on the Apple TV remote, if you double click the little button here to the right of menu, then your screen will do what you're seeing here, and then you can swipe across to the right, and all the apps that are open, then you can swipe up and close them. So what I do, and then just click on any button to get back full screen. So that closes out all of the apps that are running in the background. So what seems to have been the most beneficial to me is before I ever launch full gas for a new ride, is I just go in and I close everything like that on my Apple TV. So now, when I go back and launch full gas, click get started. Then it goes and searches for my items. My trainer is on. You can see the lights blinking there. So now it finds the trainer. Notice the cadence is to 0 RPM now. And notice it's searching again now for my heart rate monitor. Okay, since my heart rate monitor is not turned on, it's just going to keep searching. It won't ever find it until I turn it on. If I turn it on, then it will locate it now and it will show up. But if I click let's ride and the heart rate monitor hasn't been detected, and then I stop the ride, I go back out, I come here. For me, it seems like it will never detect the heart rate monitor again unless I go back to the home screen of my Apple TV and go in and do that hard close of the full gas app again, like I just showed you. Go back in, double click, swipe to the right, you'll see that it's running, swipe up to close it. Then go back in and I'm restarting the app completely fresh. And then if I turn the heart rate monitor on before I'm riding and so forth, then it will detect it and everything's fine. So one of the things that's helped me the most in being able to ride and everything be normal is to just do a hard close on all those apps before each ride. So it's sort of like, telling someone that has a computer problem, have you rebooted your computer? It's sort of like that's what's needed here, at least for me. I need to just completely reboot, shut down that app completely, and then come back. Now, it's not finding anything here because you see my smart trainer's turned off. So I need to wake it back up. And then it'll find my trainer. Or will it? Let's see. Now, because it's in here searching, my trainer was off, and now it's searching for the hammer, searching for my heart rate. When it started searching, nothing was on. And then go back in and refresh. And it's continuing to search. And it possibly won't find it either because it wasn't on when it started searching initially. It seems like just everything goes back to, you need to have your trainer on, you need to have your heart rate monitor on, you need to have everything turned on, you need to hard close that app and then launch, and then it's able to find things. Notice I've been sitting here well over 30 seconds talking to you and it's still searching. I've gone in and done a refresh. I'll do a refresh again here. But it's going to search and it's not going to find anything. So we'll just do this again. I'll come back and go back out to the front, double click, swipe right, swipe, select full gas. Come on. Swipe up to close it completely. Now we'll launch it. And before I do that though, let me turn my heart rate monitor on here. Put it on my arm here and turn it on. Just to get the full effect. Okay, now my Wahoo ticker is on. My trainer is on. I've done the hard close on the full gas app. So now I'll go in and I'll launch the app. We'll get started. Okay, there you go. Everything's found. It found my hammer, 0 watts, found my cadence, 0 RPM, that's what I expect, and it found my heart rate monitor, and my heart rate's, it's a little up, 93. But now it found everything. Everything seems to be fine. Now if I go ahead and say, let's ride, select a ride. We'll come over here and pick a ride. So now you can see everything on the screen is as it should be. It will detect everything, and if I click start ride, today I got on it after doing that and did an hour-long ride. Everything worked perfectly. So I'm hoping it continues that way. But it seems to me that the real key for me to get things working is hard close that app, make sure everything that you want to use is turned on. For me, it's just the Cyclops H2 and the heart rate monitor. Then go in after that and start the ride, and it goes. Now, one other thing that I had trouble with until I figured out where the setting was, notice here I have the power and trainer control at the top there as one checkbox. I don't have a separate power and a separate trainer. Before, for the past few days, I did have a separate power and a separate trainer item there, line, and I'll show you how that comes up. I was reading in some of the group messages that, unless you have a separate power device somewhere, that you should only select the trainer and maybe not the separate power. Well, I tried all those combinations and was still just having problems. But what I finally discovered here is that if you click on Let's Ride and you go to the right up there to where you go, that little far right, you can see their tool icon there, and come in here to the settings. If you go down to, where is it? Advanced, fine-tune advanced settings under performance settings. Click on that. Let's see. Nope, that's not it. Got my glasses on here. I can't hardly read. Let me go on down. Let's see. Where is it? It took me a while. Oh, advanced trainer settings. Here. Is that what I was just on? Advanced trainer settings. That's it. That very first item there where it says select power meter support, that was checked. It seemed to be checked by default when either when I installed the app or when it upgraded or whatever. If that's checked, I'm just going to check it again and go out and go back and show you. Then what you're going to have, if we go refresh, then that comes up. This is the way that my screen was for the last 3 days. I had the trainer control there. For some reason, it detects my trainer twice. It seems like I could pick either one of those and it's okay. But then it had a power there, and you notice it's selected. And I was having all kinds of problems, again, with power not being correct on it. It just, again, seemed like it was in an EGR mode. So to get that off, unless you're using some kind of a separate power meter, then, just go through here, go to Let's Ride to your settings there, and go down and uncheck that in the, I can't talk and scroll at the same time, advanced trainer settings. Deselect that. Okay. Then you should see, if yours is like mine, let me go back and refresh, you should see that go away, and then you just have your power and your trainer, and that's what you pick, because your power is going to be calculated from the trainer versus some other power meter. So these settings here are what I needed to do in order to solve my problems of the app just crashing, the power not being right, for my workouts. Now with these settings, again, even at this point, if I was going to ride now, because I've gone through and I've changed settings and done things, before I start my ride, I would still go back here and do again the sort of hard close of the app. Make sure that my trainer's awake, my heart rate monitor's on, so that when I launch the app and click get started, that everything is detected like this. And seems like, at least based on my ride today, that that's fixed things for me. So hopefully you can take a look at this, try this. Maybe it'll work for you, maybe it won't. But hopefully I'm back on full gas now and able to do rides. Everything seems to be working fine. So hope this helps. If not, well, at least we gave it a try.